Hey everybody, and welcome to our video review session this week. We are going to be talking about recall. Recall is having your puppy come to you when you call them with a very specific word. We'll get to that part in a second. What we've been working on with all of these guys from day one is the foundation skill of name game. Name game means you hear your name, you stop what you're doing, and you look at me. And in general, most of the puppies have learned to walk towards you if there's any distance between us and the dog. So that is the primary, we have to have that as the foundation for the recall. If you are struggling getting your puppy near you or responding to name game, your goal in the next week or two is to double down on name game and to use really high value treats, meaning I want that puppy thinking when they stop what they're doing and pay attention to you, when they hear their name, the best things are going to happen. So you might need to use some boiled chicken. You might need to use a little bit of cheese. You may need to use leftover salmon. If I make salmon, I take the skin, I put it in an air fryer so it crisps up. I can mix that up sometimes even with a baggie and kibble, so it all kind of tastes like really heavy salmon-y. It's so good. So lots of different, think outside of the box. You may have some treats that you went and bought at the store. If you just bought a bag of treats and it's giant and that's the only thing you ever feed your dog, it gets kind of boring. We don't want predictability in our reward schedules. So just think about that variability, varying the reward system is really important here. So your puppy is always kind of interested in, ooh, what good things are coming my way. So double down on your name game if you are still struggling. But we're gonna go through some of the do's for reals.
Please stop.
We are going to go through some of the do's and don'ts about recall, because quite frankly, there's actually a lot of things that I don't want you to do. So really quickly, it's going to be dog's name. When I get that eye contact, I'm going to start moving away really slowly at first, and as soon as they start moving towards me, I'm going to add the word come. When they get to me, I'm going to give them lots of praise and lots of treats.
Hey.
So many exciting things are happening back there.
Hey.
So I told you there were a few don'ts. If I do not get engagement, I say my puppy's name and they look away, or maybe they look at me, but they can then look away and they're not really interested in engaging with me, I'm not going to add my recall word. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, you are never going to use your recall word unless the end result, and this is important, as well as 2 or 3 steps after the end result, isn't incredible for your dog. What does that mean? It means that, let's say I say come, my dog comes in, I give him a delicious treat. That's maybe step 1. And then step 2, I pick him up and I go put him in their crate. That's not a good way to practice recall, because the end result, 2 or 3 steps after the dog doing something fabulous, did not end well for them. Same thing, if they're in the yard and they love being in the yard, it's their favorite thing in the world, I want to be really careful, and this is only in the training process. This isn't down the road when we've conditioned this response. Or say we're at the park and my dog does a fantastic recall. I give them their cookie, tell them how great they are, and then we put them in the car and we leave for the day. That's not a great end result for the dog. So we'll talk about other ways to get your dog to come to you in those kind of situations. But when we are training recall and using that word come, I want the end result to add 2 or 3 steps down the road after that to be incredible for your puppy. So we'll start with those. The other ones we'll talk about as we're practicing, but it really comes back to some of our other things that we've talked about, which is not repeating cues. Once I say my word come, I'm not going to continue to call my puppy with the word come. I can be a cheerleader. I can tell them, yes, you're doing such a good job. In fact, I really want to do that. I want to amp them up as they're coming in to build that speed and enthusiasm.